find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense.
Strap in, this will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And here come the Bears, and at the helm is someone that they have a lot of hopes for leading this franchise. The 11th pick in 2021 out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
On play action, Fields. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. First down, Bears. From the gun, here's Fields. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Fields on first down. They're quickly to Thielen here. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6. The Bears at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
The key for them, generating offense and finding a way to put the ball in the end zone. I mean, you get held under 10 points in your last game. Very hard to win in the NFL. Frankly, it's very hard to win in any league scoring that few points.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. On second down, here's Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And they've come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Henry. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Tucker's kick is good, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. Leading them out, the second-year man from Alabama, Mac Jones.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers for Mixon last week, 20 carries, 103 in the yardage department.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
Now Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And this is good from 57 yards out. That's bombs away right there. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of sorts, so to speak, here in the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
It's a nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Second down, they go again with Henry. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A handoff, running left, Henry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 14 yards that time and a 1st down on the keeper. Off the option, here's Henry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. All play action, Fields. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Back to throw, Fields. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, Henry dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Tucker's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll be out right at the 35. Throwing, Jones.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw again.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
He's able to get this to a 30-yard line before he's out of bounds. So into their territory now. This is 1st and 10 right at the 40. Off play action. Jones. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
They're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Jones to Mixon on the check down. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and it will tie things up at 6-6.
He might be being set up here for a busy ball game already. 2 kicks here in the first quarter, and he's knocked both through the post.
You know, they'll be happy getting those 3 points, but what they really want is to find a way for him to kick extra points instead of field goals.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. All tied up, 6-6, our score after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Again, it's Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that will be incomplete. It's scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense.
Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball. When guys first hit the league, it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot. You're going, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And he shoves a tackle. Now he's got some space.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 65 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. On first down, Fields.
And this one complete to Smith.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe try to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields.
Over the middle to Smith.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
To throw is Fields.
Throw left side on target to Thielen.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. McKinnon here, it's complete.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Henry will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Kyle Juszczyk, his first touchdown on the year as they have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. A 10-play drive that time, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
He's been good so far to this point in the 2nd quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the 2nd quarter. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. He's got Smith here. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
First down, Irv Smith, a partner. It just feels like this is his year because you remember him as a second-rounder in 2019. And he had to share the starting job at tight end in his first 2 seasons. After almost 700 yards and 7 touchdowns, the job is truly his here in Minnesota.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. This is why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah.
Oh,
and you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Jones. Smith catches left side. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
From just shy of midfield.
Fields.
This is Smith with a grab. Touchdown Bears.
Devontae Smith.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed, speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
Joe Mixon, the ball carrier. He's brought down at the 20-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there. They're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones.
Open man. He's got Jefferson across the formation.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From just shy of midfield, Jones over the middle to Beckham.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They go play action here on 1st down.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon.
And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Complete. Smith has it.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And he wisely will throw that one away. A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
They run for it with Mixon. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple of plays ago, that if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right, it was a confident call and a decisive run to pick it up.
This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. They'll give it to Mixon, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Joe Mixon, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on fourth down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point.
It's up and good, a 7-point margin. It's 20-13 now. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Nixon now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Lets it fly for Thielen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
To throw again on second down. Fields.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Now Jones. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Throwing Jones.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete into the hands of Schultz here.
4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And it's the Patriots leading that one in the second quarter. Ryan Tannehill looking good. 2 touchdown passes. From there, we stay in the AFC East. We head to Buffalo to see what's happening with the Bills. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there. Finally, let's take the trip across the Atlantic. See what's happening over in London, where it was the Giants acting as the visitors who were able to come away with the victory. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown catch in the victory. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw. Jones.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep it bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to the Giants last week. And they do lead here right now, and they've got the football obviously as well. 1st and 10.
The drive will start with an option going left. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Fields going to keep it once more.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. First down line at the 34 here on third down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Chase Young
with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if I kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those two hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1 yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down.
Third down, here's Patterson.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
That defense just did not budge, and now your punter. Oh, this is why you pay him.
It is. It's exactly why you pay him. But what he's got to be thinking about are a couple of things. Number one, don't step back. Could be a safety. Number two, cut down your time on your mechanics. If you're a two-step punter, it needs to be one step and get rid of the football.
And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Fields.
It's caught. Smith.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Complete to an 8-yard pickup. And the Bears 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 24.
Fields.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Devontae Smith
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
And now out comes Minnesota.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jones. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing. They were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back to throw, Fields. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. But they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Jones throwing on first down.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Looking to throw, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Fields.
It's complete. This is Derrick Henry.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Here's Fields.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Justin Tucker's out to try a field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Nixon will try the right side. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
Now Jones on 3rd and 2. Complete to his tight end Sample. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Jones now on 1st and 10. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. 3rd and long. He knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Bears take over.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. 1st down.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Fields now to throw.
Over the middle to Smith.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Complete to Devontae Smith. It's a gain of 6.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4.
And he'll take this down to the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 4.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And some room to work. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw is Fields.
Oh, a good move at the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Fields going to hold on to it. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, he had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
Henry again.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Derrick Henry punching it in from a yard away.
And the Bears are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Tucker now for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. As this complete to Woods.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
From the 29, Jones. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw again. It's caught by OBJ. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely.
This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
123 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
A nice run there on first down as Henry uses his size to plow forward. Call it a pickup of 7.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Fields going to take this himself.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Play action. It's Fields.
They'll roll him out right. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Justin Fields.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Tucker now to add the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota.
Last time out, they had the fumble that led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jones. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. Onto the field now come the Bears.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
A first down carry for Henry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 48-yard line.
Henry up the middle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Looking for Smith, and once again, he's got it.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1.
Stop short of the goal line. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll give Henry another shot. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again. Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
To try again after the sack. Jones.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Jones. He's going to let it fly. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Chicago, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.